In this video, we will discuss structural method, aims, objectives, and some of advantages and disadvantages of this method. First of all, what is structural method? As the name indicates, that this is the method that is based on the assumption that language learning need to be focused on the structure of the grammar. So the proponents of this method greatly emphasizes on the structure of the sentence and words. So for structuralists, it's important to analyze structure for language learning. Basic aim is to enable students to attain the mastery of our essential vocabulary of 3000 rote words. Means they need to be familiar at least 3000 basic vocabulary words for language learning. Secondly, to correlate teaching of grammar and composition with reading, means the grammatical rules that they will learn need to be absorbed in the read through the reading as well. And third, to teach the four basic skills, mean listening, speaking, reading, and writing, and this is included in structural method. This is the aim of these are the aims of structural method. Now we will discuss principles of it. F.G. French, he was an author who stated the three principles of structural approach. First of all, the importance of the teacher activity rather than the student's activity rather than the activity of the teacher, means a teacher and students need to be more participative in the class as compared to the teacher. And second point, importance of the formation of language habit to arrange the word in the suitable English sentence patterns, means students need to be learn this habit of arranging the words into the sentence pattern. Third, structural approach broadly rests on the aspects like oral approach, means there are the four skills that are emphasized in this method, but it give more emphasis on oral production of the language. Teaching through a structuralist method also greatly emphasizes the four skills as we have previously discussed. First of all, understanding the grammatical rules, mean listening to these rules, and then speaking properly using the proper sentence structure, and then reading properly according to the rules of comprehension, and then writing properly. These are the basic assumptions that need to be followed in structural class, but is a more emphasis on oral communication. Strengths of this method. This method, there is a heavy focus on the mechanics and proper sentence access to the language, because language is a proper a systematic structure. So it's concrete and it's easier to learn, means students just memorize the particular grammatical rules and the structural elements, like there are subject, verb, and object in each and every sentence, and they identify in other sentences as well. So it's comparatively easier for the students who are at the very beginning stage. Second, the structuralist approach also supports the proper use of language in the verbal and written expression. So it greatly emphasizes on both two skills, mean writing and oral production of the language. So these skills becomes more efficient in this classroom. Weaknesses of structuralism. Weaknesses, first of all, it's this method is more for the students who are at the very beginning stage, because it starts with the very basic vocabulary items, like we say water or hen, such kind of the words are used first of all, and then gradually it moves towards a comparatively complex vocabulary as well. So there is a very little bit level of complexity in this method, and that's why it's suitable for the lower classes, means primary or below than that, and not suitable for the secondary or higher secondary level. Secondly, because the focus is so structured, often relies on the rote memory, means there is the words vocabularies is taught to the students, and the students are asked to memorize, and the structure the focus on the structure is also and students need to memorize the structure of the words and sentences, So the creative writing and reading is greatly ignored in this method. Students are not able to produce their own language on words, and that's why this is the great disadvantages of this method, that it produce students just like a parrot, and it focuses on the rote memory rather than on the creative writing. So these are the weaknesses and strength of this structural approach.